So this week we're going to make a butter bowl. Now I'm going to use tofu because I'm a vegetarian. You can use chicken, you can use no meat, you can fry an egg on top, whatever your preference is. You know what ingredients we have, a mixture of vegetables. We are going to use some ginger and garlic, and the sauce is going to be made with honey, tamari, some white rice vinegar and some fish sauce. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is get our wok, and I'm going to start heating this and put a little bit of oil in it. Now, if you haven't cooked with a wok before, oil burns really quickly in it, so you have to have everything prepped before you turn it on. The first thing I'm going to cook is my tofu. Okay, so what I've done with the tofu is I've put a tablespoon of corn flour into a bowl, and I've put in some, you can put in whatever you like with it. I've put in some harissa powder, which is kind of like a spicy powder. You can use chili, you can use whatever you like. You can put nothing in with it if you wish, but frying it with corn flour just gives it a little bit of a crispy element. I didn't want to use an egg first to dip it, but you can do whatever you like. So I'm going to just switch the heat on here now. Now, some people when they're stir frying will use a sesame oil. I don't, for one reason and one reason only: it burns really quickly. So I'm just going to use my extra virgin olive oil, and it does the job quite well. So that's getting quite hot already. First thing I'm going to do, as I said, is the tofu, and I'm going to take that out and then we can pop it in again at the end so that it remains crispy. So I'm just going to show you those pieces. I literally just pop them into the, so they've got a very fine coating. Let me come around. A very fine coating of corn flour on them. We'll get this out of the way actually. And this is the harissa powder I use. I usually buy it in packets like this. It's kind of a reddish powder, and I just sprinkled a little bit in just to give the tofu a little bit of a bite and a little bit of flavour. So that is ready to go. You can put one piece in, and if it doesn't come up in a big sizzle straight away, wait until it's a little bit hotter. It's sizzling gently, but I want it to be really hot so that we can just cook them quick, get them out and put them in a bowl and pop them back in again in a minute. Okay, I don't know if you can hear that, but it's ready. In fact, I might even bring you over. This is not how it's done. Not professional at all. So you can see how those pieces are browning there. They'll be nice and crispy. I'll bring you back here now. So you can keep watching from afar. Okay. So those are nearly done. All we really want to do is get a crispy outer coating on them, have a clean bowl ready, and in a second we're going to start off with the garlic and ginger, and we're going to put some sesame seed in as well, because again, any seeds or nuts that you're putting into a mix, if you put them in to fry first, they create a fabulous flavour. And you know, when you're cooking something like a stir fry, and any meal in fact, as athletes, it's really important that you put your protein intake at the forefront of your priority list. And the reason being that, especially if you're, even in sprint triathlons, you're an endurance athlete, anything over 45 minutes, if you're working hard in that period of time, you have to think about muscle recovery and muscle replacement, okay? So when you're planning your meals, protein should be at the forefront of your mind. Okay, so these are nice and crispy and brown. How am I getting? Am I improving week on week? Feedback in an envelope. Okay. So I'm just going to pop another little bit of oil in there. piece we missed. Okay, so next thing, I'm actually not going to put in the garlic first because it tends to burn very quickly, as I said. I'm going to put these guys in. I don't know if this bothers you when you have a stir fry and the peppers are cut like this, okay, really long, and you just can't get them into your mouth. It's awkward to eat. So when I slice my peppers, I always then cut them in half. That's only a personal preference, really. Of course, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. And I do the same with my broccoli. Makes it easier to fit on a fork. Okay, so that is sizzling away there and it's smoking a little bit. So that looks totally professional now, if I do say so myself. I'm very impressed with myself today. Right, while that's sizzling there really, really quickly, we're going to do a mix. And every now and again I'll turn around and make sure nothing is burning. So, tablespoon of honey. We're going to add in, this is going to be higgledy-piggledy now, guys. We're going to add the ginger and the garlic in there now. And some sesame seeds. About, I guess you can put in definitely a good teaspoon, tablespoon if you prefer. It's all down to flavour and how much you want. Now, if I was going to use chicken with this dish, what I would probably do is grate the garlic and the ginger into this and make my sauce. Take the chicken out of it, cook the chicken, and then add the sauce back later on when this fry was done, okay? And the reason for that is it flavours the chicken and it kind of seals the flavour into the chicken. So what I'm going to do here now is very simple and quick. 1 tablespoon of the rice vinegar. I'm telling you, you have to keep turning around and flipping that stuff because it will burn really fast. If it burns in the middle of this video, I will be mortified, but I'll probably still eat it if I'm being honest. With the fish sauce, you're literally just going to do 4 or 5 drops. It's quite strong, not fishy strong, it gives a beautiful flavour, but I just don't like to add too much of it. That's my own personal preference. Make sure I put the tops on the right bottles. And here I go with my very, very precise and perfectly measured recipe again. A good glug of tamari. Okay, maybe 3 or 4 tablespoons, and give that a good mix. So this is just enough for 1 person. If you're making for 2, obviously double your amounts. Okay. Right, so what I'm going to do there now is I'm going to pop this back in there. Alright, I'm going to use a mixer like this, and I actually might bring this over here rather than do it over there. So I want this on the heat because it just releases the flavours. That is my own personal opinion. That is nothing based in research. It's just my own experience of food, and I'm going to get my bowl ready. So I think it was week 1, you saw that I made couscous and you saw how quick and easy it was. And again, the reason why I'm using couscous today and not rice is because of its higher protein content, plus the fact that you just use 1 utensil. You don't have to wash up pots and pans, throw away plastic. You just put it in a bowl and cover it with hot water. So I'm going to pop this, actually I'm going to use a wooden one. There you go. Now this is where my lack of kitchen experience or teaching comes in. Me burning plastic live on Triathlon Ireland. Okay, so here's my stir fry. And maybe, just maybe, some of these videos will induce some of you guys to try a vegetarian option. Maybe it won't, but either way, what I possibly would have done in that situation is let the meat sit in that mix before, with the garlic and ginger before adding it to the pan. So I'm just going to turn it up on a high heat again. Do you want to be on? Okay, so Alana, mix that for me for a sec. So my little chef is going to help me mix that. So just while we're mixing that, you can turn off the heat there if you like. I'm going to pop some of this. So I showed you how to scrape the top of that so that it's nice and fluffy. Okay, we'll pop that in there. So that equates to about, I suppose, about 50 grams of dry couscous. And thanks, Ellen. Okay, just so much space. Okay, and this is my stir fry. So I'm just going to add this. So this is a honey, ginger and soy stir fry, and it's bloody gorgeous, guys. So good protein content because you have your tofu or your chicken or whatever protein source you've decided you're going to add, and you've got your couscous as well. So that's the end product. You can finish it off with a little bit of sweet chili on top if you like, a bit of black pepper, whatever you choose. I hope you are enjoying my very quick, simple and easy recipes, and I'd love to hear some feedback. If you'd like anything specific cooked, just let me know.